Hey guys, what's up? This is Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar. Welcome back to my live stream. Big shout out to the African Superstar family. What's up? Big shout out to the customers of the AfricanSuperstar.com. What's up to all my moderators? What's up to all the family members? You guys, we're going strong. I think we might hit that 1K maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We passed 900 today, so big shout out to you guys. Thank you for helping me get the word out, and a lot of my YouTube family, obviously getting the word out to our mutual viewers. You are loved and appreciated. Today, I'm going to kind of piggyback on a conversation I had last night. I talked about this topic, but I want to reiterate it because I think that it's worth reiterating. Also, when you are here in the room, please hit the like. Okay, moderators, please keep me updated with the like count because I have made sure that it should be visible. All right. Can you guys let me know if you can hear me and see me well, please, before I get started, because I'm going to talk. What's up? Karen is the first one in the chat room. Let me know about the audio and visual. Okay, let me know. Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Let me hear from the family. What's up, guys? ABZ, I see you there. Can you guys see me and hear me well, please? Let me know. Somebody in the chat room. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Let me know. All right. Tonight's topic. What's up, Ingrid? I see you there. Tonight's topic is they won't choose you over their people. So why are you choosing their people over your people? You know, I don't particularly believe in the whole like turn the other cheek and treat people the way you want to be treated. I don't believe in that stuff.
Okay. Is the audio better now? Is the audio better now, Ingrid? All right. I'm just trying to make sure you guys hear me before I get started because I want to get started on this topic. All right. Good. Perfect. Okay. Thanks, guys, for giving me the feedback. So, you know, we have a lot of people, and a lot of this comes from religion. For instance, you know, the religion promotes us to be forgiving, you know, to try to live in harmony, to leave, you know, justice and all that stuff up to God and the afterlife and all that stuff. I don't particularly believe in a lot of those concepts anymore. Okay, because I believe that it's better to be respected than loved. And I see that a lot of people take, as we would say in the UK, they take the mick. Okay, they take chances on you when they know that they're constantly going to be forgiven and all that kind of stuff. I believe in reciprocal. Okay, and any of you guys that have been caught up in relationships where perhaps someone was using you or taking advantage of your good nature, you know that when you start to operate in a reciprocal way, a lot of times it stops the nonsense. Okay, and what I'm promoting my people is to think like that, because some of you guys are defending people that will not defend you. Some of you guys are in relationships and friendships with non-Black people, and whenever anything happens to your people, anything that's relative to your people, you can't get any support from those folks. They're real quiet then. You know, you see their true colors. I see your true colors shining through. You know, that's how it be. And it's time for us to not be so focused on external things and external people as it is for us to concentrate on our own community efforts. You know, I told you last night, if you want to help, if you want to be engaged in something, there's lots of causes within your community that need you. Your own people need you. Your own Black men need you. Your own Black women need you. The Black children of our community need you. Your homeland needs you. And if we're honest, it's very irresponsible, really, to be more concerned with people outside of your house, outside of your demographic and your community, more than your own family. We would actually say that's irresponsible. Let's say it's a child. All right. Let's say it's a child. Okay. Some of you guys might be in this situation as single parents or whatnot. All right. So it's kind of like you having a child with a certain individual. All right. Now that certain individual is giving charity to orphanages, going to spend time with other people's children, volunteering at the school. I mean, you know, they're a model example outside of the house, but they don't invest and spend time with their own child. We would call that an irresponsible person, right? But that's exactly how we interact with our own people. And I'm telling you guys, if you have difficult relationship situations, friendships, romantic, professional, you know, you apply this ideology to those situations, it will help you simplify it a lot. You know, when I came here to the continent, people often want to hear sob stories from me here in Ghana about how I got scammed or how I got taken advantage of. See, I roll with these kind of principles, and that kind of alleviates a lot of that drama for me because I treat people how they treat me. Reciprocal. Okay, I'm not giving out any freebies. And I exert all my effort and my power and energy in the direction that I'm heading in. I care about the outcome of my own people. Self-preservation. I can't really be consumed with what's happening with them other communities. Some of you guys are guilty. Every cause, you're all in it. Praying for Syria, praying for France, praying for Japan. Huh? Hashtag Asian hate. You're so diplomatic. You're so diverse. And really, we look like fools because our own community is crumbling and we're not addressing it. Our own homeland has needs and we're not addressing it. We're waiting on someone else to come along and solve it. When we have the answers. We have the capability. We have the innovation. We are actually producing a lot of things for other people's communities, and it's ridiculous. Someone actually made the point the other day, I believe it was in one of the chat rooms, that, you know, we patronize businesses. And again, it's not reciprocal. It's not reciprocal. A lot of you guys have like a love affair with Asian businesses. Asian hair care, Asian massages, Asian food, Asian beauty supplies and salons. These same people are not going to patronize your own business. You're funding their livelihood. You're funding their communities. You're funding their children. All while simultaneously neglecting your own. If you adopt the reciprocal mindset, I'm telling you, it will help you simplify life. If you know, because really, if you think about it, if you take a step outside of yourself, all right, and you assess this situation, do you know how dumb and stupid you look? You look very dumb and stupid. A lot of these people are openly racist. They have made, crazy statements. They have done offensive things towards us, yet we're still consuming their businesses. We're still consuming them. You know, Africa doesn't even operate in a reciprocal way. Okay, they have agreements with the Chinese that Africans, when they migrate to China, they can't do the same things that Chinese can do here on this land. You know, never invest where it's not reciprocated, guys, for real. They will not choose you. Okay? They will not get out on a limb on your behalf. Some of you guys out there in the West, you're always championing their causes, huh? Holding the picket signs for the homosexual, the pride marches and the transsexual rights and the feminism and all these causes, and they are not going to reciprocate it for you. They don't care about you. What do Black Americans do every time there's a police brutality? What do Black Americans do every time there's a police brutality? First trivia question. What do Black Americans do every single time there's a police brutality? What do they do? What do they revert to? What is their method of action after these things happen? Big shout out to African Superstar family. After I get an answer for this question, I'll start shout outs. First trivia question. Bam. Kiaria has it. Protest. This is what Black Americans do every single time they are gunned down in the streets. Now, some of you, like I've prefaced, you have relationships with these non-Black people. You're married to them. You do business with them. You have friendships with them. Why are they not burning down the Senate, going to the White House, demanding change on your behalf? Because they will never choose you over their own people, their own interests. It's a hard pill to swallow, because a lot of us have been ingesting this whole diversity and inclusion, especially those of you raised in the West. You're in a minority situation, so you really don't have any option but to integrate with them, because that's who's attending your schools. That's who lives in your neighborhood. That's the majority of the country wherever you live. So you don't have an option to be a sole proprietor. But the reality is, never forget. And that's why people that are self-aware, it makes sense to connect with the continent, or even the Caribbean, or even Latin America, where you're going to be in a situation where your people are abundant. Think consciously about your contributions of life, family, time, and financial. Why should you be edifying people and businesses and entities that will never choose you over their own people? They will never. You just keep fueling this big monster. That's why, even if you're coming here to the continent and you're not in a position to do big business at the moment, okay? The fact that you're living here and contributing to the continent, you are contributing to the edification of your people and your origins, okay? Because every time you go out to eat, you're going to a restaurant, whatever, that may employ Ghanaians, may be owned by a Ghanaian, whatever, okay? You're fueling the economy. You purchase a property, or you're renting, okay? You're patronizing gas stations. You're going to get your hair done, or going to salons. You are pouring your resources in this environment. And contrary to popular belief, you can't do both at the same time. You can't. Big shout out to a friend of mine I was talking to the other day on the phone. And I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone, and he actually sent me a picture that was meant for someone else. And he said, "You know what, my bad. This is why multitasking is not great." And it's true, because you're really having to segment your attention and divide, your resources and all that stuff. We learn about multitasking, and we're promoted to kind of, be a jack of all trades, but it's really, really simple, guys. Okay? Whatever you're producing, whatever you're consuming, all right, you are edifying those entities wherever you are. Okay? If you want to contribute to your people, then you have to remove your support of the place where you are. This is why the West doesn't really want the diaspora to get the good news about the continent. Okay? Because they know, okay, these people in the West have access to our system, and then they can take these resources from here and go and pour them over in Africa. And that's what they don't want to happen. You see, because they know that you can't do both at the same time, but y'all think you can't. You think you can be two places at one time. You cannot. And let's be honest, most migrants, okay, most African migrants or whatever, you know, in as much they might travel back and forth, they are dedicating most of their time and resources to the Western nation that they're living in. You know, I can think, for instance, Ghanaian, migrants that are living abroad. Typically, they will come home maybe once a year. And it's usually December. That's when most of, the Ghanaians will come back and be here for the holiday season and stuff. That means out of 12 months of the year, how many months are they giving to their Western location? Okay, second trivia question. I know y'all when I be doing these math questions. Okay, this is a word problem. Okay, so if a migrant spends 1 month of the year here on the continent, how many other months are they giving to their other location? Trying to make sure you guys are paying attention to me. Big shout outs to Ingrid and Kiaria, and they have it correct. 11. Okay, so they are giving 11 out of 12 months to wherever they are residing, and 1 month to here, to the continent, to their homeland. It's not even half and half. And when we talk about life, when you're young, you can contribute a lot. You can bear children. You have a lot of time to do trial and error. If you're starting businesses, you have a lifetime, hopefully, prospectively. No disrespect to our retirees, but obviously at that point, you have lived the majority of your life wherever you previously were. You have invested your life elsewhere. Even if you come and retire, you're going to get maybe a few decades of retirement in your new environment. Okay, but the bottom line is, this is the time, when young people can be effective, they can innovate. This is the time that we should be giving to our homeland if we want to see it grow and we want to see it improve and modernize. But guess what? We're giving these critical years of our life to some other location. And so I brought this point just to reiterate to you guys. It's very, very simple. Okay, get the whole golden rule and all that stuff. If you really want to analyze the golden rule, it's crazy. The golden rule is very, very crazy. If you want to analyze it, treat people the way you want to be treated. So that means, irrespective of how they treat you, you're going to keep on giving them the treatment that you would like to receive. Everything reciprocal is where it's at. Huh? It's nobody likes, for instance, let's use this example. Let's say you loan your friend Paul. Paul's my friend for this example. Let me say I loan Paul 100 CDs. Okay? And in a couple weeks, I'm tight for money. And I go to Paul and I'm like, hey, Paul, can I get that 100 CDs back? He's like, oh, I don't got it. Right? Nobody likes a situation that's not reciprocal. Okay? Now I'm in a position of need. I gave him money when he needed it. Now I need it. I want him to give it back. Okay? We want, or as people say in prospective relationships, we want 50-50. I want you to give some effort, and I'm also going to give some effort. The golden rule is trash. I know this might be controversial, especially to some of you religious people, but it's trash. It's trash. That means someone can abuse you, be siphoning your resources, disrespectful to you, and you're going to keep on giving them the star treatment. For what? And like I said, when you start reciprocating the treatment back to people that they give you, the dynamic changes. See, the dynamic changes because they realize, okay, you know what? I'm going to get out of this person what I put in. And if I keep on doing this and that, I don't like it coming back my way. That's the mindset that we should also be instilling in our kids. Okay. They should be involving themselves in mutually beneficial situations in life, relationships, and friendships. Okay. They should not put themselves in the position to be perpetually used the way our people have been. If we operate under the reciprocal rule, we will be benefiting from all the situations that we get involved in. Ain't going to be no 80-20. No. 50-50. You do business deals with people, you need to be capitalizing. None of this 80-20 business. What nonsense is that? It doesn't even make sense. It's time to put on our thinking caps, guys. All right, let me go ahead and start shout outs. I've talked for a while. I've just had so much to say these last few days. I've just had so much to say. So big shout outs to the African Superstar family. Guys, if you're here, please make sure you say hello in the chat room. I haven't seen any like counts, and I'm pretty sure I added the likes to this video. So moderators, please keep me updated on the like counts. What's up to the family? Runner for Peace, I see you there. Big shout outs to the family. Take is in the building. Thank you guys for your participation in the chat room today. Take says, meanwhile, they made us face hate crime on them in the face of pandemic, simultaneously defending at the same time. You can't make this stuff up. Absolutely. And it's crazy. It's crazy. So the people that are victimizing you, you're also advocating on their behalf. Basically, I've summarized what Take is saying. That's that, and it doesn't even make sense. Somebody's here punching you in the side of your face, and you're like, oh, Gina, they're not all so bad. Gina, look for the good in the situation. They're beating you up. They're threatening your life, your livelihood. How much more abuse do we need to take? It's very simple. Reciprocal. Reciprocal. Now, I'm not an advocate for violence, but I'm pretty sure that if these officers knew that every time, you know, whenever they took a life of a Black person, there was going to be some kind of recompense on them or their community, it would make them think twice. Okay, white people are very, very consequential. All right, they're all about the laws and they're all about the rules. So when consequences are involved, that disciplines them. Okay, the fact that there's no consequence for their behavior is why the frequency is, increasing, because they already don't like us and they realize, oh yeah, we can get away with this. I'm not even going to lose my job. I'm not even going to suffer at all. And I'm going to be protected under the law because I'm going to say I feared for my life and I'm just going to lash out on the first Black person that I see, the first person I have an encounter with, because I'm protected. We all would do the same. As children, you might take your parents as a joke. I'm going to tell y'all a little funny story. So once upon a time, I was, a big Crisscross fan. Okay, this is a throwback. I know I look young, but yes, I'm a child of the 90s. So I was a Crisscross fan back in the days. Okay, some of y'all might know Crisscross, some of y'all might not. Look them up if you don't know who they are. So there was a Crisscross concert coming up and they were my favorite group and my mom bought me tickets to go to Crisscross. Okay. Now I got in trouble at school. Forget what I did. I don't know what I did, but I had got a detention or something like that. So my mom told me that she had sold my tickets to Crisscross. And the concert had got sold out. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, yeah, she sold my tickets to Crisscross. Well, I thought she was playing. I'm like, nah, I'm not really going to sell my tickets to Crisscross. Right? So the night of the concert comes, and I'm waiting on her to be like, okay, I'm gonna let this slide. Sure enough, she did sell the tickets to Crisscross. I didn't get to go to the Crisscross concert. Okay. And from that day, I even still remember with my faulty memory, okay, because I be forgetting a lot of stuff. I still remember not going to Crisscross, and I remember not trying to cross my mom. All right. As I grew up, I was a very, very disciplined, well-behaved child, because I knew that my mom would flex on me if need be. Now, see, I had seen other people's, my friends' parents do that stuff, pretend, oh, I'm gonna take your cell phone away, or we didn't have cell phones back then, it was pagers, or video games or whatever we were into, rollerblades, parents would be threatening you this and that, and then they give in at the last minute. My mom taught me that she was not that type. She really meant what she said when she said she was going to sell my tickets. She did it. Consequences. That's what this is about. Reciprocation. They are giving us so many indications in the West that they don't appreciate us. They don't value our presence. They don't value our consumerism. Nothing. That we're not protected, and to me, it just speaks volumes. And so for me, the recourse is, well, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to continue to contribute to your environment when this is how it's going to be. Because in my opinion, it's crazy to contribute to an environment that you're frustrated with, that's making no improvements. It can't even provide you basic safety, but you stay in that environment and just keep on allowing these things to be perpetuated against you and your people. Okay, so I got off topic. Let me continue with shout outs. What's up, family? Tiger's in the building with us. What's up, family? Paul KKO is here with us. What's up, family? We got Skin Deep here. Hi, Jerome. Good to see you, sweetheart. The like count is up, on point. Big shout outs. What's up? What's up, Lorne? I see you there. What's up? King Simon says, keep the same energy. Listen. That's how y'all need to be operating. That's how y'all need to be operating. No more turning cheeks. No more cheeks. No more cheeks. Okay? You owe me $10. You ain't giving me $9. You need to put these people in check and let them know that you're not just going to be putting up with it. Because some of you guys jig and move and shuck and jive and just grin and bear it. And they don't know. Because see, like, I'm not that friendly. I know y'all probably don't believe that, right? I'm not that friendly to the general public. People might try to lick shots and I lick right back. I don't let people abbreviate my name. The white people's real good for that in the workplace, especially you African folks. Y'all need to be making them to say your name. I mean, they can say Beethoven and they can say Blitzkrieg and all that kind of stuff. They can say, Kwame or Fatima or Muhammad or Abina or Gina or, Keisha. They can pronounce your name. Don't be abbreviating your name for them. Especially, like I said, my African brothers and sisters, your name means something. Okay? Oluwatosin, Ikechukwu, all that stuff. Your name means something. So don't let them be abbreviating your stuff. Matter of fact, if they can't get your name correct, then you tell them, well, just call me Mrs. Ifoe. Call me Miss Ifoe. Call me Mr. Frimpong. Call me, whatever. Okay, if you can't get my first name correct, Mr., Mrs., Miss, so and so. Okay, you got to set the stage of the respect piece because it's got to be reciprocal. I'm not going for that. I'm not going for that. You know, I and Sata, they want to be like, hey, 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 what's up, Sata? No, that's not my name. You can, and then you can go ahead and extend the options to them. Okay, you can call me the African superstar. You can call me Miss Ifoe. You can call me Miss Gina. You know, you go ahead and let them know what it's going to be, but it's not about to be whatever they call you. Them days is through and over. You pick and choose what you want to call me and all that. Nah. See, y'all need to set these stages out here. You know, they say that little condescending joke. Oh wow, Miss Baby Girl, you remind me of Mary J. Blige. Let her know you don't play that. You don't play them games. Let them know. Look, people know. Look, I think y'all know as well. But my friends from the workplace could tell you, Gina don't play like that. Gina does not play. She's not friendly like that, and she does not play. And if you try to lick shots, you might just say something smart back. For real. So big shout outs. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay. African Superstar family. I'm going to go ahead and open up the call lines and see if you guys cooperate today. And then I'm going to answer Paul's question. Okay. The topic today is they're not going to choose you over their own people. So why are you preferencing them over yours? Okay. Paul says, do you think it's a little late to come together as one people with one destiny since we're gravely disintegrated on every level? I think the focus has to be, Paul, on the next generation. Okay, realistically, a lot of our peers are lost. Okay, here on the continent, we have half of the population is under 30, I believe. It's under 30. Okay, so we have a very young population here on the continent. That is where our focal point has to be because that's the future right there. Our peer group, a lot of them, it's a lost cause. A lot of the damage, the psychological damage has already been made. Okay. The bottom line is we just have to focus on preparing for tomorrow. We come here to the continent, the diaspora that comes here to the continent needs to hit the ground running. Okay. They don't need to do a lot of time deliberating about where they need to be effective. We know where we need to be effective. We know one of the top things that is critical is education. We need to take control of that. We can set up diasporan schools with Pan-African curriculums and all that stuff to help instill the knowledge of the future into the kids. Okay, teaching them about their history, teaching them native languages, teaching them about the diasporan experience, about what other Black people have experienced worldwide so that they're prepared when they grow up. We need to take control of these things. People here on the continent, they don't have that perspective and they don't have that experience. So, you know, I can't imagine that they're going to be spearheading it. They can join in alongside with us and offer support to what we're doing, you know, and help us liaison and get ourselves settled here. But I really believe, and I hold a lot of responsibility on the diaspora as spearheading this movement because we're the people that really know what's in stake. Okay, we're coming from the Western environments where their campaigns have been wildly successful against our people. Okay, we still have an opportunity to make a presence here on the continent, but we cannot deliberate. All right, that's why I come here and I have these thoughtful conversations and not, you know, the sensational conversations that our people have redundantly because we need to hit the ground running here. Okay, we need to move past some of the challenges we've had in the past and the bickering and the back and forth and the blame game and get busy here on this continent. You know, I understand that some schools in South Africa are teaching Mandarin. Now, So the Chinese are doing precisely what I'm advising the diaspora to do. They're coming to the continent. They are fortifying their own communities. They are establishing business, buying land, and they are teaching their language to the future generations on the continent. Meanwhile, the diaspora is still on YouTube conversations about why Africans don't like Black Americans and vice versa and all this nonsense. Okay. We've got to have a mature mindset when we come here to the continent about how to be effective. You know, I have this platform. This is my contribution to my people of putting the knowledge out here. What you guys do with it is on you. I'm already here on the continent, striving at my goals here. You know, some of you guys have more resources and more assets. You have different professional trainings. You need to come here on the continent and leave your imprint. Do not deliberate. Okay, so to answer you, Paul, I had a long answer. But I do think that we can see some changes. It's not going to happen overnight. You know, it's not going to happen overnight, but we have to be directed in our efforts if we really want to see some change. Now, if we just want to continue business as usual, you know, and we don't actually put in the infrastructure for change, then yeah, you're absolutely right. Our people are going to continue to gravitate away and away and away and away from our roots and our origins. And those of us from the diaspora know how dangerous that is. You know, when you don't have identity, you don't have anything anchoring you, you don't have anything or anyone to live for, you become extremely dangerous. That's why a lot of people in the diaspora, they're wild, they're out there, they're far out, because nothing can rein them in. They don't care about anything. They don't care about anyone, not their kids, not their family, not themselves. They're subject to do anything. You know, you have to instill value into a person. That's going to make the difference in how they interact and how they conduct themselves in the world if they have someone to answer to. You know, I would say definitely children of migrants, a lot of us, you know, we have an obligation to our family and our parents. Even in our adulthood, we still consider our parents and family and siblings in the decisions that we make, because that value has been instilled. But we can see, for instance, in the West, the young people in the West don't give a damn. They can even cuss out their own parents. They can even kill their own parents, for real. I mean, there's no boundaries in them. That's why it's dangerous. That's why we need to combat that here on the continent. You know, of these young people growing up without understanding their roots. And just because they're here in Africa doesn't mean that they're getting it. You know, the emphasis here is on foreign curriculums, which means a African child here in so many ways is being educated the same way a Black American or a Black British is being educated. Okay, and that is a miss of their own knowledge and heritage and information that is pertinent to them. So that's an area that we need to hone in on and focus on. You know, this is something that Kwame Nkrumah knew. You know, this is something that he enacted 60-something years ago, which was we need our own schools. Okay, the Kwame Nkrumah school. Okay, Pan-African curriculums. Love Africa, nationalism. It's critical. You know, instilling pride, cultivating our own skills. It's time to stop admonishing other people and focus on ourselves. Okay, so big shout outs to Paul KKL. Guys, hey, are you here to watch me again? What's up? Call lines are open. Okay, don't be shy. The topic is they will never choose you over their own. You got to know that. Okay, because some of our people are the biggest advocates of everybody else's cause, and they never stop, look, or listen. Huh? Well, oh, y'all like that? Yeah, I learned that back in grade school. Okay, stop, look, and listen. Okay, that's how you actually cross the street. That's what they taught us. Some people are the biggest proponents of everybody else's movements, and they don't realize, hey, these people aren't coming to your aid. You see, they got involved, for instance, with the Black Lives Matter movement in America. Well, they had ulterior motives for that. It got to the point they hijacked it. It was no longer about our cause. You know, and again, some of you guys are gonna be like, well, Gina, they're not all bad. You know, I have a friend that, you know, feels this kind of way. Listen, I'm telling you, when the rubber meets the road, okay, if they're in a situation where they have to choose either you, your people, or their family, they will choose themselves. They have been doing it for centuries. They have been escalating their countries on the back of our people, not just our people, but other indigenous people worldwide without batting an eye, without thinking twice about it. You would think with all that blood on their hands and all the atrocities that they've committed around the world, they would feel guilty, but they don't. That's a huge indicator to you that they will always prioritize their people over you. Now, they might sympathize with you to make you feel good. And some of you guys, that's enough. The fact that some non-Black person has validated your woes, your complaints, you feel like they feel you, but it's all song and dance. It's all a charade. Because at the end of the day, when action is required, you know, to change some of these things, there's no action to follow their sympathy or empathy towards you. So which means it's empty. It's false. It's not genuine. It's like stealing $10,000 from your bank account. And then I say, oh, I'm sorry, Kira. My bad. I'm really sorry about that money. Girl, that's crazy. You ain't going to be trying to hear that little weak apology. You're going to be like, hey, where's my money at? You better give me some money back. What's up, Mike? Good night, Samson. We see you. Samson's leaving. Okay, catch the playback. So, guys, this is basic. Maybe no one has ever told you. Maybe nobody has ever told you. Maybe you haven't sat down and thought about it. Okay, that it's us or them. Okay, it's us or them. It's us or them. And guess what? If you get in that situation, you absolutely should be choosing your own people. Yes. If you get in a situation where you can't decide, well, Gina, I don't know. You know, they're my friends. They're my whatever. My mom used to tell me a long time ago, listen, friends, if your friends jump off a cliff, are you going to go with them? Sometimes you have to sit down and evaluate your situation. If all of us evaluate our situation as Black people, our positioning in the globe, are we really happy with where we are? Are we satisfied with where we are? Is it all good? You know, get my O'Shea on. Is it all good? Or what? Because me personally, as an educated Black woman, I feel like, whoa, we're not in great standings anywhere in the world. You know, we are not in great standings anywhere in the world. We don't really have the time or energy, guys, to be caring about whatever's happening with them. We don't have time. All of our energy, all of our resources should be going back to our own families and communities, period. Once we get in a position that we are, you know, stabilized, then yeah, maybe you can delegate, you know, concern and whatever you want to do. But it's crazy to be more focused about other people's households than your own. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy to stand up for someone who would never reciprocate that favor for you. It doesn't make sense. Okay? And if people really feel some way about it, all right, some of you guys might be big on forgiving. I'm not a big forgiver person because I believe a lot of people do whatever they did and they meant what they did. Okay, maybe they just got caught. But if somebody's asking you for forgiveness, there should be an exchange. Okay, there should be a token. There should be like, you know, some kind of recompense for the situation. That's how whatever they say to me, it's not legitimate because They know good and damn well the exorbitant costs that our ancestors paid and the ramifications on our people modern day by their system and by these effects. They absolutely understand it. But the fact that they make no effort at all, no proposed solutions, let you know that they're not genuinely sorry about nothing. So why are you choosing them? Why are you forgiving them? Why are you giving them endless chances? Why? They will not do the same to you. You need to start operating in this principle. I already got it down. And I don't find myself getting victimized by these people that much. Because A, they're not close enough to me. And B, I roll reciprocal. And when I realize, okay, you know what, for instance, I'm in this environment and yeah, they have the upper hand. They keep doing this and that to me. For me, a lot of the stress was professionally, because they have a problem with sophisticated, self-aware Black people that are not going to do the song and dance. They don't like those kind of Black people. Those kind of Black people always become their target. Okay. So when I calculated, okay, you know what? This is who I am. All right. I was the African superstar before I even knew it. And I came to the conclusion, as long as I'm under their jurisdiction, this is how it's going to be, because they don't like my grade of Black woman, for instance. Okay. So guess what I did? I said, okay, if this is how it's going to be in these settings, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the motherland where I can be me unapologetically. Now they big mad. But guess what? They can't do anything about it, because this is what I'm telling you guys, reciprocal. If Black people would take the attitude that I have taken, even just a fraction of them, the West will be crumbling. They would be devastated. If we decided, you know what, we're not valued in this environment. We're not protected in this environment. We can't establish generational wealth. You're aiming all kind of campaigns of destruction against our people, and we're not going to stand for it. We're going to roll out. It will crumble them. It's just that easy. And yeah, they don't make the system, they don't make the transition easy for us. And the continent doesn't necessarily have all the resources to absorb us. But guys, that's where you flex. That's where you have to use your creativity to innovate it. Because they put all those obstacles in your way to deter you from it. So when you come to a conclusion, I'm sick of life here in America, I'm sick of life in the UK, because there's not provisions for you to move here to the continent, or evident provisions, then you just end up staying in their environment and putting up with their stuff. But, every now and then there's a rogue one, like myself, that decides, hey, I'm not putting up with your stuff. I'm going to find a way out, and I'm going to enact it. And I'm actually going to do it in a way that you can't prohibit me. That's another thing. Move in silence. I'm always telling you guys that. When you determine that you want to exit that matrix, you don't need to be making them aware of your game plan of what you plan on doing. Yeah, I'm about to move to Ghana. They're going to see to it that there's obstacles to you leaving. If they know you're working towards it, and they're very nosy and they're very controlling. So when they see that you don't want to engage them in the workplace and stuff, they will try to, insert themselves. They're very good at that. Okay, you've got to be smarter than the average bear, boo-boo. All right. This is not child's play. We have seen this blueprint over and over and over and over and over. How many of y'all would say white people? Let me get a number. 3. If you feel like you know their tactics, you've dealt with them, anybody who's born and raised in England, anybody who's born and raised in Germany, anybody who's born and raised in America, we know them. We know their tactics. We know what they're going to do. If that's the case, we should be able to outsmart them. They want to know your business. They want to know everything you're doing. They want you to be their sidekick. And a lot of you guys are divulging information about your personal lives. And then you wonder why obstacles are arising. Shut up. Stop telling them. Laugh when you get on this side. Laugh all the way on this side. Ha ha. I'm telling you, when I got sacked from my job, big shout out to any new viewers. I got sacked from my job last January 2020, because of my YouTube channel. Because they got to know my strong views on race and, obviously my promotion of the continent. Okay? Up until that point, they never knew my views because I never told them. They didn't even know that I was a growing YouTuber. They had no idea. As soon as they found out, they sacked me from my job, thinking what? That they was going to slow down my plans. Obviously, because that was my livelihood, right? But see, like I told you, you got to be smarter than the average bear, boo-boo. Shout outs to any Yogi Bear fans. I know I'm taking it all the way back today. My memory is pulling up some old memories. Crisscrossing Yogi Bear. But the reality was, hey, I was already a step ahead of them. By the time they figured out what I was all about, I had already got my game plan together. And I never spoke a word about it in the workplace. Okay? Because I knew what they would do. Probably had I been talking about the continent before that, they might have found a way to get rid of me even sooner to prevent my plans. That's the kind of stuff that they do. They're so jealous and obsessed that when they see you're trying to make alternative moves or independent moves of their system, they try to prevent you. So those of you guys trying to exit the matrix, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Focus on getting it accomplished. That's all you need to be about. I know you want to flex. That's a problem of our people. They want to pre-flex. They want to start flexing before they're in a position to flex. Stop the pre-flex. Stop it. You start pre-flexing and they're going to make sure your big flex is delayed or never happens. Stop pre-flexing, guys. Stop it. They will get in your way. I asked y'all, those of you that grew up in the West, we know them like the back of our head. We know them like this. We know the moves that they're going to take. They're very, very predictable. They're not that, they're not that complex and, advanced. They're very, very basic. So with that being said, learn from the experience of previous people. If you want to bounce on them and get here to the continent, then that needs to be your focus. You can laugh at them when you get on the other side. Okay? Those of you siphoning your resources in the West to do something here in Africa, shut up. Don't tell them what you're doing. They're going to come up with all kind of rules that you can't do this, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. It's what they do. It's very, very, very obvious. It's repetitive. We know them, guys. Use your interior knowledge, like the back of your hand, to strategize the way forward. Because, and I'm going to end with this. Big shout out to African Superstar family. You guys have been so shy lately. I don't know. Maybe y'all just love me so much. Oh. The interior knowledge that you have, guys, it's only as valuable as you implement it. Okay? I think we can all come to a consensus that they will never, ever choose our people over their people. Okay? They have demonstrated it to us time in and time out. Okay? We need to adopt a reciprocal mentality. The way people deal with us is how we deal with them. If we know definitively they will never choose us over their people, we should not be choosing them over our people. Period. Okay, focus on your own people, your own household, your own community. We have needs that nobody else is going to minister to except us, because we're the ones that have the stake in it. I'm going to let Skin Deep call it, although she disrespected me because she waited until the last 5 minutes of this broadcast to call in. But I'm going to let her in. Okay, I'm going to let her in, but I'm just saying. So, Miss Skin Deep, what's up, Skin Deep? Take your mute off. Take your mute off.
Hello.
Hi, hi, sweetie. How you
Hi.
doing?
Oh, sis. SMP.
All day, every day,
SMP. Yes.
all day, every day.
I just left the job. So I was like, man, I said I gotta get on. Man. And then my connection was bad, but my Uber driver was from Nigeria, so it just made it better. It just
Okay,
made it
good.
better. Just made it better. But I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your words. Um we see it. If y'all don't see it and you got an extra set of eyeballs, because I got my extra set of eyeballs in my glass case. Y'all gotta stop. It's in our face. I
Yes,
don't I don't even look into nothing what's going on in the West. I just think about coming home and setting that path for my family. And that's it.
that's
And
it.
that's it. And I got older children. I said, just get your passport and get your stamps, because I ain't going to force you. When you're ready, you're going to come. That's it. Y'all come
That's it.
home, y'all. We got to love each other, love our sisters, love our brothers. We just got to really love each other, And that's it. That's the power right there in loving each other. That's it. I just got home. I'm about to jump in the shower, and y'all just SMP, y'all. That's it.
Big shout out to you, Skin Deep. Thank you, sweetheart, for calling in. I appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome. You have a beautiful night.
You too, sweetie. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Big shout outs to Miss Skin Deep, guys. And basically she said it's in your face. It's in your face. You can no longer pretend that you don't see what it is, and Gina, world peace and all. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, like Dr. Sebi said, one of the most profound quotes I have ever read in my life. He said, I don't believe in anything. Either I know it or I don't. And it's just that simple. Okay? You can hope for world peace, you can hope for harmony, but if you look at things the way they are, okay, and you apply this reciprocal, I'm telling you, okay, you won't have any reasonable doubt, because it is beyond evident how they feel. Some of you guys are going to be like, well, Gina, they're not all like that. It doesn't matter. Majority rules. Okay, majority of them people is not good. Majority of them people have not been good to our people. Not modern day, not our ancestors. Okay, majority of them people are not advocating on our behalf. I don't care if you got one or two. That does not eradicate millions because you got one friend. Matter of fact, how stupid is that? How stupid does that even sound? Do you ever hear any Jewish person saying, well, Gina, not all the Jews was bad? I mean, all the Germans wasn't bad. It was just Hitler and huh? What? We sound real dumb and stupid. Well, Gina, they're not all bad. It don't even matter if they're all bad. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. A lot of them is bad. A lot of them was bad. Bad like Michael Jackson. Okay, without the dance moves, without the video. Okay, it is what it is. Big shout outs. Be one. It's black first or nothing else. There's no room for anything else. There's no room for anything else. And again, they're going to try to flip the tables and be like, oh my God, this is hate talk, Gina. This is, this is divisive. Listen, it's not ever even about them. It's about self-preservation. Okay? And I can never be convinced that advocating on the behalf of people like me, people that look like me, and future people like me is wrong. Okay? In their words, Charles Darwin, it's survival of the fittest. If we allow ourselves to be eradicated because we're participating in all kind of, non-productive behavior, then whose fault is that? It's our fault if we get extinct, right? It's our fault if we don't, practice self-preservation. It's our fault. It's our fault if we let people take over our continent, all of our resources. That's our fault. We like to blame our leaders, but the leaders are a handful and the people are millions. We have to have a stake in our own survival. That's why I'm here. I'm unapologetic. I have a stake in my own survival. I realized that the environment in the West was trying to fade me. I realized with the dynamics happening in the West, I may never achieve my biggest life goal of legacy. It is important. I was willing to move to the continent to preserve my legacy, my family name, and my future generations. It was that serious. Are you guys that serious? Are you guys that serious? Or are you just gonna accept being a weak race and well, it is what it is, Gina. We can't fight the man, it's big brother. Okay, well, guess what? I know, for instance, I can't take on the world, but I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna give it a valiant effort. If I become a casualty, well, hey, that's part of the life that we live. I rather die on my feet than live on my knees. I'm not anybody's punk. I'm not anybody's sidekick or anybody's bitch. I'm not. Okay, I'm the African superstar. I rather be on these feet, on these legs, okay, than be on my knees begging to someone, submitting to someone, admonishing someone, elevating someone who doesn't even deserve it. Inferior beings. It's not even like they're as great as us. It's not even like they're as pretty or smart or creative. They are in the position that they are in the world because of taking claim of other people's products, other people's creations, other people's minerals and resources. And again, this is all facts. I actually was recently informed. It's so funny. I mean, it's not anything that I didn't know. But personally, I was recently informed that we have a viewer here on my channel who doesn't like me, but yet is here watching. Okay. This person is a non-Black individual. And obviously they get upset by the things I say, but I just want to reiterate that these are all historical facts. Okay. I'm not an emotional Black woman. Some people that are here on YouTube are so emotional and, they're all like, no. I am a very literate, coherent, thinking Black woman. I'm talking about the history of what these people have perpetuated against my people. It's just the facts. Even modern day, we look at what is America producing? What is UK producing? They're not. They're getting residuals off of mineral resources from Africa, dividends from Africa, the rest of the world, India, and, all of their escapades around the world. That's how they got to be superpowers, not because they were morally upright, not because they pulled themselves up from their bootstraps. Okay, they basically siphoned resources from the whole world, lied, cheated, stole, murdered to get where they are today. So I don't turn a deaf eye and blind cheek. I don't do that. I just talk about reciprocals. That's all I talk about. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to wrap up. I have talked. Big shout outs also to our one and only caller tonight, Skin Deep. I appreciate her for calling in and sharing her thoughts. Big shout outs to the African Superstar family. You guys was on point with the likes. So thank you so much for that. Yes, the platform is probably going to be at 1K by tomorrow. I don't know. It seemed to be going pretty rapid earlier today, which is good news. Because we're going to send a strong message back. You know, I refuse to be dealing with these people like I told y'all. I told y'all what I'm all about. Okay, you do this, I do that. Some of y'all call it immature, tit for tat, but I just call it reciprocal. Oh, you took down my platform? Okay, I'm gonna build it big. Okay, I have a new strategy. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they want to know my strategy, but I'm not going to divulge it because I don't divulge secrets like that. All right, guys, I'm gone. I'm out. Okay, please make sure that you are liked, subscribe to this channel. Big shout outs to those of you that have been sharing our videos. I've been seeing a lot of you on Facebook sharing the videos. Antoinette's been really, really good with it. I know Skin Deep has shared some videos. A lot of you guys, I appreciate you because, you know, we're trying to collect the family back because we're coming back stronger than ever. Okay, we're going to come back. They're not going to silence me. I refuse. I refuse it. Okay, so until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.